Yeah, we played a pretty good brand of footy, didn't we? The boys were amazing right from the start, just to get the territory game on our side to win centre bounce, and then the forward half game that we played was it's a pretty good way to play, isn't it? I mean, we obviously squandered some chances early. We know historically with Fremantle they keep coming. The margin was never going to be enough, so I think that the boys played a really consistent 4 quarters, and which was a challenge coming out of Adelaide. We were really disappointed with the way that game finished. So for a bit of a lengthier road trip to be able to collect our thoughts and refocus and take on a team like Fremantle in front of a parochial home crowd like tonight, it's a really strong and healthy result for us.
How did you handle that environment as a team, and how did you help Rory, I guess, through the night and the circumstances?
Yeah, it's interesting. If you ask the players about playing here, they'll tell you that they really enjoy it. They love the Oval. They probably enjoy the fanatical and parochial, as I said, audience. And in a way, it's probably as challenging for the home team as it is the away team at times. If things aren't turning out so well, you probably feel the pressure of your home deck as well, and maybe the people in the audience. And that's part of the challenge to sort of turn the tables. And I think other than we just couldn't get any scoreboard pressure early, all the points we were kicking, but the momentum as far as the way that the game was played was probably there from the start. So there was that. And yeah, I mean, Rory, I think he was looking forward to it. I mean, he playing for Fremantle and GWS, both clubs have got a place in his heart. Yeah, they always will. And the circumstances with him were that he wanted to come to Victoria, and we were fortunate enough that he chose us. But I've got no doubt, and if you ask him, he enjoyed his time at the Dockers, and he didn't kick 2 straight tonight himself, but I thought he had a real impact. So I thought he handled the night pretty well.
We all expected the crowd to really dig in. I guess it was a bit of a surprise just how hard the Dockers players went at him. What did you make of all that?
Do you mean early or?
Early and throughout
yeah,
the match.
Look, some of it I probably didn't see. Early it's interesting, isn't it? We're former teammates, and maybe it's to get us offside. We expected it. I think our guys were disciplined and flew the flag as you would, and I don't think anything untoward sort of eventuated. But it's a cauldron out there, and when you're the centre of the physical focus, it's not always easy. So I thought he handled that really well and played the game out accordingly.
Do you think it even played into your hands at times? It seemed the Dockers players were a bit distracted at some key moments.
I'm not sure. I can't comment too much on that, whether or not that would distract them. Sometimes that fuels an energetic and intense game for a team who does that, so it's difficult to comment on that.
Pretty comprehensive contested possession win. Were you really proud of the way that they dug in and got those balls really hard?
Yeah, I am. We're usually reasonably strong in that area. There's inside contests where there's not a lot of collision, that we're crafty and we're, our endeavour in there is always strong. But once the ball gets outside and you get those long-range contests, whether it's in the air or at ground level, if you can win your fair share of those, you've got a big chance to win the day. And I thought we were good in both areas, and Fremantle are feisty, and they've got some really strong contested ball players, so that's a pretty significant win for us.